All right, guys, welcome back. EP hanging out with you guys with the tradingroom.com. We're going to do our second, what we call basic video of 3. So by now you've already seen zones, and now we are moving on to indicators. This is all brought to you by the tradingroom.com. So go over to the tradingroom.com to grab a bunch more videos and details on the technology, the performance, and the logic. So here we go. We're going to jump right into it. So I've got a number to show for you today. We've got the DMS, we got the RQ Obos, we have the RQ Tech, we have the daily high-low, and then the Turbo Scalp. So a lot to cover here in a short period of time. Again, just giving you the basics. So when you do jump into the room, you'll have a basic understanding of what I'm showcasing. All right, let's talk about the first one. It's real simple. See the white line there on the top and on the bottom? That would be the daily high. That would be a new high every time we hit a new high, or a new low every time we hit a new low. You can paint that any color that you want. I personally like to make it white so it stands out, and it's really easy to double click on the indicator and go in and make it any color that you want. But again, that's the daily high and daily low. Next one we're going to talk about is at the bottom. This is what we refer to as the RQ DMS. DMS is going to be talking about the dynamic market sentiment. Dynamic market sentiment. Now there's going to be multiple colors here, and that's because there's multiple different stages of sentiment. You have risk on, risk off, conflict, and mixed. So if you see this in green, that's when we have a risk on sentiment. If you see it in red, that's a risk off sentiment. If you see it in blue, that's going to be conflict. And if you see it in yellow, that's going to be mixed. Now, you often hear me just call it out, but it's always down there for you should you need it. It's a really, really core indicator that we need to be able to understand if we have things in our favor or going against us. Next one we're going to talk about is going to be the OBOS, RQ OBOS, and that stands for overbought, oversold. And if you look here on this chart, I'm going to pop this up a little bit. You're going to see these yellow dots, and you're going to see some big green dots. The yellow dots are indicating that there's an oversold market since we're in the bear territory. Obviously, if you're in the bull territory, they'd be on top of the candle or the bar. But those little yellow dots there, each one of those is giving me a signal that the market is oversold, and I like to use those for locking in profits. I don't use them for a signal to get in. I actually look for those to help me get out, or at least minimize risk. Then the green ones, they're going to be red when we're in the bull territory on top of the candle or the bar, and they're going to be green when we're in the bear territory, as in this example, when we're in a bear market. These are going to show me a potential reversal or retracement right around the bend. And I like to use these, same thing, I like to lock in profits, and I also like to use these for potentials to think about buying markets when we're in the bear territory, or selling markets when we're over bought in the bull territory. So again, that would be the RQ OBOS. Now the next one we're going to talk about, we got 2 left, is going to be the RQ Tech, and this is built into NinjaTrader's Market Analyzer. And the RQ Tech is going to show me market trends. Now what I have here to look at leaders and laggards, all I have to do is click on the net change, and that's going to show me from top down those markets that are lagging the most. Right now we've got crude oil, natural gas, and the Dow. If I click on net change again, well, we've got the bonds, the notes, and the yen, and those are all positive net change. So those are the leaders. If I wanted to look at the leaders just for the currencies, I could tell you right now that the yen is the strongest. If I click on net change, I could tell you that the Canadian is the weakest. Now we also like to click on the navigation so we can actually see what is consistently red or consistently green from left to right. And right now, there's only 2 markets that are consistently red. There's nothing consistently green. The ones that are consistently red right now would be that of copper and that of natural gas. This is really important because what we're looking at is we're looking at these 1, 3, and 8 hour time frames to help us understand, hey, the last hour, the last 3 hours, the last 8 hours, what has been the trend? And for example, that's been consistent, natural gas has been consistently negative going back the last 8 hours. You want to look at something that's been positive the last hour, well, there's only one, and that would be that of the crude oil. and ironic because it is the biggest laggard that's out there right now. That just means that there's potential for you to be looking for potential change in direction. If it's been lagging really hard, there might be an opportunity to go in for a very short period of time and buy it. Now, the last indicator I'm going to talk about is going to be that of Turbo Scalp, and those are the indicators that I actually use for scalping the market. And you're going to see purple, and you're going to see a blue curve. These lines, the blue one, let's get rid of the crosshair here for a minute, bring in a easier marker here. I'm going to bring a little arrow in so I can show it to you here. So the blue is the moving average. Okay, that's a moving average, and then the purple bands, that's what they are. They are Bollinger Bands. So I'm using Bollinger Bands and a moving average to help me understand when to be looking for potential breakouts in a bull territory, which would be a buy, and breakdowns when I'm in a bear market, and sometimes when I'm in a bull market as well. There's a whole methodology that will showcase that in another video. When you become a member, you can get that if you buy the actual indicator package. And so that's what I use these bands for. I use them for entries, I use them for exits, and it's another indication or another package of indicators on top of the levels inside of the zones that helps me understand when to buy and when to sell. So again, this is all brought to you by thetradingroom.com. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys in the Trade Lab soon.